Am I the a-hole for calling my husband a creep after walking in on him and my daughter? I, 40 female, have been married to my husband, 37 male, for 5 years. I have a daughter, 19 female, from my previous marriage, and we all live together as a blended family. My daughter and my husband have always had a good relationship, and I've been happy about that. But something happened recently that has left me feeling very upset and confused. Last Saturday, I came home earlier than expected from a shopping trip with friends. When I walked into the house, I heard soft music and laughter coming from the living room. When I walked in, I saw my husband lying face down on the couch, shirtless, with my daughter sitting on his lower back massaging his shoulders. She was also unclothed with her bare back facing me. I was shocked and felt a surge of anger and disbelief. I couldn't understand why my daughter was half unclothed and giving my husband a massage. It felt extremely inappropriate to me. I immediately yelled, "What the hell is going on here?" Both of them jumped and looked at me with surprise and confusion. My daughter quickly grabbed a blanket to cover herself, and my husband sat up trying to explain. "It's not what you think," my husband said, trying to calm me down. I pulled a muscle in my back and she was just helping me. She's really good at massages and it was completely innocent. My daughter added, "Mom, it's just a massage. He was in pain and I wanted to help. There's nothing wrong with it." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I called my husband a creep and told him this behavior was totally unacceptable. I also told my daughter that she should know better and that this was highly inappropriate. They both looked hurt and defensive, but I didn't care. I felt disgusted by what I had seen. That evening, my husband tried to talk to me about it again. He kept insisting that there was nothing inappropriate about what had happened and that I was overreacting. He even suggested that I should apologize to our daughter for making her feel bad about trying to help him. Despite his explanations, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Even if there was no sexual intent, the situation seemed wildly inappropriate to me. I couldn't understand why my husband would think it's okay for my daughter to be half unclothed while massaging him. It felt like a blatant disregard for boundaries. Since that day, I have been avoiding both of them. I've been staying late at work and spending more time with friends to distance myself from the discomfort at home. My daughter tried to talk to me, but I told her I needed time to process everything. She seemed upset, but respected my need for space. I told some close friends about the incident and their reactions were mixed. Some told me I overreacted and that the situation was probably innocent, considering the context of a pulled muscle and their relaxed demeanor. Others agreed that it was inappropriate and that I had every right to be upset and call him out. I feel trapped and conflicted. I don't want to alienate my daughter or ruin my marriage over what could be a misunderstanding, but I can't just dismiss what I saw and how it made me feel. It felt like a violation of trust and appropriate boundaries. Am I the a-hole for calling my husband a creep and reacting the way I did? Should I have handled the situation differently? How do I navigate this without causing irreparable harm to my family? I am at a loss. My husband continues to insist that there was nothing wrong with what happened and that I'm overreacting. He believes that I should apologize to my daughter for making her feel guilty about helping him, but I can't shake the feeling that what I walked in on was inappropriate and disrespectful. I love my husband and my daughter, and I want to believe that their intentions were innocent. However, I also believe that certain boundaries should not be crossed, and this situation felt like a clear violation of those boundaries. I've tried to explain this to both of them, but they just don't seem to understand my perspective. The whole situation has left me feeling isolated and unsure of how to move forward. I've considered family therapy, but I'm not sure if they would agree to it, given that they don't see the issue the same way I do. I want to find a way to rebuild trust and ensure that something like this never happens again. But I also don't want to alienate my loved ones or cause further tension in our home. I'm hoping that by sharing my story, I can gain some insight and advice on how to handle this situation. So, am I the a-hole for calling my husband a creep and reacting the way I did?